Welcome to your daily portion. King David showed us the peace that comes from meditating on God's word day and night. So, as we prepare for rest, let's settle in and briefly consider our meditation under the caption, The Power of Community. Encouraging and being encouraged. The city's glow filtered softly through Marcus's curtains as he walked into his apartment, the sound of distant laughter and traffic drifting up from the street below. It was Thursday night, and the week had been long, full of deadlines, worries, and the kind of tiredness that seeps into your bones. But tonight, for the first time in days, Marcus felt a strange lightness in his heart. He set his keys on the counter and replayed the evening in his mind. He'd just come from his church's small group, a weekly circle of 6 who met to share, pray, and encourage one another. When he first joined, Marcus had been hesitant. He'd always been the type to keep his struggles to himself, believing it was easier to carry burdens alone than risk being a burden to others. But tonight, as he listened to each person's story, some filled with joy, others tinged with sorrow, he realized how much strength there was in simply being together. Earlier in the evening, the group had read from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 and 10. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. The words felt more real than ever, as each person shared about a lost job, a parent's illness, a struggle with anxiety. Marcus saw how community turned isolation into hope. When one person's voice trembled, another offered a gentle word or a reassuring hand on the shoulder. In that circle, no one was alone. After the meeting, Marcus lingered, chatting with a friend he hadn't seen in a while. They talked about work, family, and the little things that made life both challenging and beautiful. His friend admitted he'd been feeling overwhelmed, and Marcus listened, offering empathy rather than advice. They prayed together before saying goodnight, and Marcus walked home feeling a deep sense of connection. At home, he poured a cup of tea and sat by the window, reflecting on the times he'd tried to go it alone. He remembered a season after his father's passing when he'd withdrawn from friends and family, convinced that nobody could understand his pain. The isolation had made everything heavier, and hope felt out of reach. It wasn't until a friend showed up unannounced, just to sit and listen, that Marcus realized how much he needed others. That simple act of presence had been a turning point, a reminder that God often brings comfort through the hands and words of people around us. Inspired, Marcus decided to reach out. He sent a message to a co-worker who'd seemed distant lately. Thinking of you. If you ever want to talk or grab coffee, I'm here. He prayed for wisdom to be a good listener and for courage to share his own story honestly. He realized that encouragement is a two-way street. Sometimes we are the ones who need lifting up, and sometimes we are called to lift others. The next day, Marcus made a conscious effort to notice the people around him. He smiled at his neighbor in the elevator, asked a barista how her day was going, and sent a handwritten note to a friend facing surgery. Each small gesture felt like a thread, weaving him into the fabric of a larger community. He noticed that as he encouraged others, his own spirit was renewed. The burdens didn't disappear, but they felt lighter when carried together. That evening, Marcus received a call from his sister. She was overwhelmed by parenting and work, and her voice trembled as she spoke. Marcus listened without judgment, offering compassion and reminding her she wasn't alone. He read Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 and 10 aloud, and they prayed together for strength and support. His sister thanked him, her voice steadier now, and Marcus felt gratitude for the chance to be there for someone he loved. As the week went on, Marcus continued to reach out in small ways. He joined a volunteer project at church, helping serve meals to families in need. He found joy in working alongside others, sharing laughter and stories as they served together. He realized that community wasn't just about receiving support, but about being part of something bigger than himself, about giving, listening, and showing up for others. On Thursday night, Marcus returned to Ecclesiastes, reading the words slowly by the glow of his bedside lamp. He thanked God for the gift of community, for friends who listen, for family who care, for the church that prays. He prayed for those who felt alone, asking God to bring people into their lives who would encourage and support them. He remembered that Jesus himself valued community. He surrounded himself with friends, shared meals, and invited others to walk with him. Even in his hardest moments, Jesus asked his disciples to pray with him in the garden. Before bed, Marcus wrote a list of people he was grateful for and another list of those he wanted to encourage. He asked God to show him practical ways to be present for others, to listen more and judge less, to offer hope and kindness wherever he could. If you are ending your day feeling alone or burdened, know that you are not meant to carry it all by yourself. God created us for connection, for encouragement, for community. Reach out to someone you trust, share your story, and let others walk with you. And if you know someone who is struggling, be the one to lift them up. Even a small act of kindness can make a world of difference. Rest tonight in the assurance that you are part of a larger family, a community of faith, hope, and love. God is with you, and He surrounds you with people who care. May you find strength in connection, courage in vulnerability, and joy in the journey together.